Hi, it's Hazel, and welcome to my channel, Hazel and Aka Design. I hope that you are sitting down because I'm going to give you a peek into a dark and mysterious place, aka my head. Some might say it's scary in there too. I'm just have left these few items here for you to have something to look at while I set the stage here. First of all, thank you for joining me. Whether you're brand new, whether you're still on the fence deciding, should I, pull the trigger and hit subscribe? I hope you do. Or whether you have been, part of the cheering section right from day one. Okay, so what is my thought process? I decided that I should do a bit of tidying up in my space. And, there are always good reasons for doing that, save my sanity, locate misplaced items, and increase productivity. One of the things I came across, and of course, because I don't piece together videos and don't edit, I don't have a before picture, but maybe in thrift hauls, you would have seen me with a beautiful box that housed scented drawer liners. And I've been lucky enough to find two of those in my travels. So, like you, I save interesting, attractive, useful boxes for future projects. And so that was no exception. Anyway, but we know that boxes, especially when they are intact, take up a lot of space. So I thought, okay, deal with it, woman, deal with it. And I don't remember what I did with the first one. Who knows, maybe it's still kicking around somewhere. But I took the box apart, and I think we've all seen how that goes. I'm just going to move this aside and bring in the real star of the show here. So I started taking the box apart, and we know that it consists of a lot of things, flaps and the end piece. So this would have been the size of the box. And this particular one, I don't think I have any pages handy. I, of course, always, get the curve out of the paper, flatten them, turn them into signature pages. So just for a little more attractive backdrop for this part, I'll just spread out this old piece of fabric. So I thought, okay, let's make ephemera out of every single piece. And those three bits that you saw initially are the pieces that I have left, because I thought, well, I should show you something. So let's lay this stuff out and maybe talk for a second or two about each thing. So we know that I have those blush journals in progress. So this is actually the name of the paper, and in the most microscopic font ever, it says appointment by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, blah, 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 London. So because those little coats of arm were so cute, and because that's lovely, and that name probably means something to some people, I tried to leave it intact. Now the part that I've covered here was a sticker that said scented, however many sheets of scented paper in English and in French. So what I did as I was breaking down the box is tried to figure out how to maximize the pieces. So I intend this as either a belly band or a side tuck. So we'll set, I think it's probably self-explanatory what I've used here. Bit of scrapbooking paper. I don't know where this piece of paper came from, but obviously something thrifted. That's a stamp a punch that I tried out, and you may see more of that. This is like a raised sticker, had it forever. A teeny little floral, what do you call these? Appliques. A light pink fabric ruffle. And then this was just like somewhere along the way, is it nearby? I had 3 spools. Goodness. That's what I mean about losing stuff. It can be lost in plain sight. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This is a piece of cord that I would have had intending to use it as a way to bind journals, to sew journals together. So let's put that aside. This is obviously one of the folded sides, and you can see that this is where it would have been glued to the other part of the box. And I thought this could be a cute over-the-top thingamajig, so I decorated both sides, and I've used a variety of things. These images are these which come with the address labels. This is a puffy sticker I got somewhere. This is a page of really pastel stickers. Not sure where that came from. This was a bit of lace that actually had a fold in it, so I thought let's work with the fold. Another piece of lace, a fussy cut, and another sticker. Whoops. And I thought, oh, I thought of the title of this video before I thought of the content, or simultaneously, and I thought, 1 box, 17 pieces of ephemera. Well, it turns out, as I kept digging deeper, I found more pieces from the other box, so it's going to be more than 17. So this is one of the box ends, and in some cases I did nice, sharp, straight edges. And then I thought, well, you know, that isn't necessarily necessary. So in some of them, I've left it as a torn edge. I think that's probably self-explanatory. I won't waste time talking about that. I also did, like with, okay, so these, excuse me, these are the flaps that would have been inside each end. So there are a number of these. At first, because they are this shape, I thought, oh, those could be corner tucks. But then I thought, they could also be clusters. Now, I don't know what these are. They almost look like candies. I don't know if I have another one here somewhere. Oh, yeah. Probably can't pick it up with these fingernails. I think this is probably the last one I have that is kind of the right color. They almost look like the chocolate melts that you can buy if you're making candy. I also used one of the long edges to make 3 pocket-sized pieces. Whoopsie. Yeah, a repair job required here. Now, if you have seen, you can see, I suppose, that I've used this decorative, allegedly adhesive trim. And because it's a pain in the butt to glue something that open, I just took a chance that it would stick or that other elements would hold it down. So I've had to do repairs a few times. I chose short words that would fit on here. I think these are probably 5 inches long, roughly, although I see they're not identical. And I love these alphabet stickers. You can see I have many more. But I thought, okay, what words are short enough to fit on there? And I just tore around them and glued them down. So this is essentially what the box looks like. 2 different colors of floral design. And at this point, I just intend to leave these as they are because I think there's something very soft and feminine about them. And there is quite a bit going on with the background pattern, the ornate letters, and the decorative border. So 3 of those. This is, again, a side tuck or a belly band. It's one of the, obviously, the longer sides of the box. This was part of a digital, I think it was Antonio Makes, so I cut out two of the women that sort of, whose colors fit. Sticker, these were round. These are tiny little stickers that I cut out of the border of my sticker book on pages that matched the projects. One of my what do you call these things? Yo-yos. And then because I have a million ribbon roses, I glued that down as the center. So I thought I needed a repetition of the white in the font and the white in the ribbon rose, because this is kind of a creamy color here. This is a bit of a hem off a vintage linen, and there's just some lace there. And again, a wee bit of the patterned box peeping through. Whoops, I almost lost one. Here is another potential belly band or side tuck. And in this case, I used a piece of a digital. This is a digital ticket. Some die cuts that I had done of these dresses, a little sticker. I gathered up this sheer ribbon, used this, which is kind of interesting, and there you have it. There isn't going to be enough room to spread all these guys out. Oh, overnight, whoops, can I get this off now? I was flattening out, oh, let's turn the dress right side up. This is another one of those flaps, a little dress cut out, a bit of, I think, handmade paper, a digital scrap, and a ribbon rose that matches. So it looks like it's at the corner, at the waist of her dress. This is another, okay, it only goes up to here. So this is a little, also part of the flap. Used a bit of embroidery, some labels, you know, self-explanatory. This is, oh, this was just a piece of paper. This is a torn flap off the box, and this is kind of a raised element. I did think about yanking, and this is just some kind of almost dingy looking trim, but I don't know where it came from, and I figured let's use it up. And that's been the whole mission. You know, use it, don't store it, and be done with some of these things. And it frays nicely. I did consider removing that gold gem and replacing it with something that matches better, and I thought, no. Another one of those, and again, this was the last, amen. Can we all say an amen? This was the last of that lacy adhesive trim. This is the negative space from having punched out some butterflies. And again, I mean, not that it matters, but this shape here is one that you see repeated elsewhere, and I was just trying out a new punch that I have. Here is a piece of bridal satin, part of a wedding gown. Again, it's on a flap. This one could go this way or this way. You know, this could be a tuck spot on a page. That must be a scrapbooking paper. That's more that those pastel stickers. Here's the fourth one of these, because of course the box has 4 sides. So there was there was something there I wanted to cover up. I think it was the date. So this box had a date of 1999 on it. So again, one of Antonio's fussy cuts, a bit of lace, a bit of fabric, a bit of this, again, this beautiful paper, not sure where it came from. It seems to have been embossed by somebody. It almost, well, I don't know what it is, but it has that sparkle in it. And another one of the puffy butterflies, a little digital ticket, and that's what we have there. So we're almost done. Oh, the last piece. is this, which would have been another folded section off the box, like a seam of the box, like so. If we were building a box, that's what we would have. So I thought, well, why am I cutting that up? I could make an over the page. Yeah, I guess over the top of the page makes more sense. So some lace, some paper that has my colors in it, a bit of that pink I've just shown you, a couple of 3 stickers, and one of these things. This was another strip, an adhesive strip that I was very glad to get rid of. On this side, again, more of the paper, like repeating elements essentially, so that there is some cohesiveness from page to page. Now, typically I don't leave these kinds of things extending, but hey, if you're doing frilly-dilly, you might as well. Okay, so let me scoop all this up and quickly show you the last 3 elements. This is like, you know, back in the day when little kids would take a knapsack and a stick and run away from home. This is what I'd take. Okay, so as I said, I pre-selected some pieces. Now I probably mixed them all up. I believe I did mix them up. Oi, 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 oi. Okay. This, obviously, you know how box ends, especially if they've been around for 25 or 30 years, can sometimes get. So I thought, well, I could tear it down there, but why don't I just try to reinforce it? And because this is still attached, now there's a break there as well, I thought that this could be clipped onto the side of a page. So I think what I intended here was this as a way to help reinforce the, what should I be using? Maybe art glitter glue just for, well, maybe this, sorry. I've seen other people do it, and I've found that does work, is to stretch my glue budget. If it's a large expanse of paper and a glue stick will work, I would use a glue stick and then just add a bead of our glitter glue around the edge because of course then we know for sure that the edge is going to stay down. I don't know that I'm going to bother with that now. I'm just going to angle this a bit and hope that this is almost like putting a Band-Aid on. Okay, geez, I wish I would have paid a little more attention to what I chose, but let's just assume that it was, I think I wanted this little bit of, whoops. Oh, this I think was going to go on the side, or was it this? Sorry, guys. This maybe was going to go here. Ay. I have some sheer fabric, I have some lace, I have only this one wax seal that is sort of the right color. Okay, let's not get paralyzed by decision making at this point. I think this was going to be a better match with this, so maybe that's what I intended there. So let's use a bit of this. Do I have my little scissors here? No, I don't. Let's use a bit of this. This was just an overlay on a dress that I had thrifted and taken apart. Oh, so maybe if I do something like that, and of course all those little frayed edges just add an element of. I think I'll try my glue stick on this, or let's put the glue on here. add a little element of texture and interest. It's almost like I don't have enough things picked out. I do have another one of these. That seems a bit lost on there, so that probably isn't going to work. Did I think that this was enough? I don't think so. Sorry, people. I think I'm going to put that there. I hope that you are well. It's a Sunday as I'm doing this, a Sunday afternoon. Not sure why, but I slept in this morning, so it's surprising, you know. A good sleep in rejuvenates the body, but then it feels like I'm playing catch up for the rest of the day. Wonder if this would work here. Let's imagine that around the side of a page. Too flimsy. Can't do that. Okay, I'm going to put this aside and hopefully it comes to me as I work on these other pieces. I'm going to, let's see, which side do I prefer here? Maybe let's have the more ripped edge over there. Again, not too careful in how I'm trimming that. Where it is a straight edge, I'm gonna make it a little more uneven. Put that down. Or did I intend for this to be like so? Again, when you've had some things in your stash for a long time. See, and I have a Scotch tape discoloration there that needs a bit of help. Not that that's a bad thing. Scotch tape residue. Again, leaving this, sorry, you probably can't see against there. Leaving the, again, the frayed edge so it would be visible. Maybe I'll add the more decorative side that way. Anyway, I have so many things on the go. I am prepping to be a guest seller on the on Angela's The Traveling Crafters live sale on August 15th, so I hope you tune in for that. There will be some very exciting things that I'm bringing to the sale. So, oh, and I think I just wanted to use this sticker here. So there's that. I have, hopefully, by the time you've seen this, God willing and the creek don't rise, I will have uploaded some new digitals. I should also say that on Etsy, I have dropped the price permanently on a lot of my digital kits. So if you have checked them out and thought, hey, I might be interested in that, I've got some interesting things there that, you know, that I haven't necessarily seen elsewhere. So it might be worth your while to look into that. I think I'm just going to offset this a bit, have it closer to the bottom, or what I'm thinking is the bottom. And this is why, you know, by the time you've added a few layers underneath, excuse me, a few layers underneath, and then you've got a multi-dimensional thing, and you've got, you know, lace and goodness knows what else, it doesn't hurt to put on some clips just to avoid having to hold this too long, and just let it get a good grab. So we'll put that aside. I think on this was a piece of trim that my buddy Kim Newberg had sent when she sent me a wonderful Happy Mail full of blush colored items. I think I'm going to just add this. Now I'm thinking that maybe this will end up being, excuse me, an upper tuck or something like that, and then we get the full benefit of the fringe. So let's lay down this other layer first. Should probably turn this over. Let's glue up the whole thing. Again, there's, negligible amount of weight to any of these things, but depending on how open the weave or the design is, maybe I want to angle it a bit and add some interest that way. I should have my little spatula here for pressing down or moving it out of place, one or the other. I also have this bit that was cut off, so this might as well go on here also. Better add glue to, whoops. Gluing is more effective when you take the cover off. Let's have the more interesting bit going up. I'll do a better job of squishing this down once I add this last element. And I think it depends. If this looks like it wants to continue to fray, I might have to do something about it. Typically, if I have a braid or something like that that is, woven, and once you've cut it, it becomes vulnerable to coming apart. Sometimes I just, because of the fine tip on the art glitter glue bottle, I just touch it to the end, almost like using it like fray check or something like that, because it will dry clear and it will, be secure, secure it and stop the unraveling. And maybe I need to, rather than trimming some of this off, maybe I just need to sort of, gather it up a bit. That way it's pretty well all, except this end that doesn't want to cooperate, it's pretty well all got a fairly stable surface to. I do have a wet one going here. Isn't it amazing how quickly these things dry up? Okay, so we have that. Now, of course, this could also, and maybe I shouldn't go any further. Mind you, if I put this on, oh no, I was going to put this on here. Maybe I should put this on here. This could be sticking out the edge of a page too. Now this is rather lumpy here, so what am I going to have that's going to give me a better adhesion? So this was the, this was the stamp shape that I was talking about. So on a sheet of scrapbooking paper that was just a variety of different designs, so there would have been, a row that was floral and a row that had the harlequin. I just punched out the whole kit and caboodle, thinking that I would be more likely to use it that way. So this is what I have to choose from. Oh, is that black a bit much there? Maybe I'll use this one. And there's enough open space there that if I choose to, add yet another element, there will be a space to do it. Now this is too, oops, you can't see what I'm doing over here, but too orangey. Oh, another thing I intend to do before showing you, I could add that maybe. I was going to add, some eyelets to some of those little flippy things. Now I do have some teeny weeny little labels too. This might be kind of a nice contrast. Well, let's get this guy glued down first. Now, as much as I bought this because it was nice and because it worked, sometimes I don't really like those little things, the little pointy things. I feel like I want to cut that off and that off. See, to me, that is a better shape. And in fact, what the heck, let's cut all 4 of them off. And for those of you who love inking, you're probably bitterly disappointed that I'm not inking. I do have a dirty little brush here. Maybe I should in this case, since it's rather blending in. Anyway, I hopefully by the time this video airs, I will have crossed the 1,000 subscriber threshold and have announced a journal giveaway and so on. Yeah, that probably helped a bit. And then, well, okay, let's get this baby down. And I'm thinking, number one, I'm thinking I should have added some glue to this to prevent the weighting. Another thing I have off to the side here, I can't remember how I did this, but this is like parchment paper or wax paper. And I think that this was a kind of a drop sheet type thing for some inking or some spraying or something that I'd done. See, if you hang on to things long enough, you can actually forget what it was in the beginning. But that's a wee bit too orangey for... I mean, it fits elsewhere in the journal, but it doesn't work on this particular piece, in my opinion. Now, I'm using this, which is Fabri-Tac, simply because this is a lumpy little uneven surface that I'm trying to. Another thing I haven't used, but certainly could, are, you know, another little decorative rose. I've been cutting those green leaves off so far. Decorative rose, a button, some bling. You know, there's no end to it. I also have some vellum sentiments, but I doubt that there's anything that's going to be, oh my goodness, so many, that's going to be short enough to make any sense if I cut it down. What about this that has a bit of, I don't want to say wild, but it seems like I could probably tear this nice and close to the actual sentiment and still have enough to decorate something as tiny as this. See, that shows up on there. Now, of course, I don't like the... By the time I trim this, it'll be invisible. It will have disappeared. Let me just figure out how much I need so I'm not wasting too much time doing the whole length of it. Now, I did say that I could put that there, but I wonder if that looks a little stupid. Because rows and rows and rows. I also have a circle, a circle here, which is the center of a flower, but that is too bright. I think I'm going to use this. Okay. I think I should use art glitter glue on the vellum. We know that it's usually a bit of a trick to make vellum stay down because it wants to curl up at the edges once you wet it with something. But in this case, there will be, I don't know, that's barely visible. Okay, better, where did it go? Oh, flung itself across the room. Is that a sign that it doesn't want to be glued down here? It doesn't think it belongs? Sometimes it does seem like our studios are like the playroom on Toy Story, where when we're not looking, they get animated. They can walk and talk, and how else do you explain how many things are lost or misplaced or not where we thought we left them? Whoopsie, that's, I guess it's down now. Okay, now this is probably, what the heck? What the heck? Yeah, can you imagine if our craft rooms came alive? In fact, we don't have proof to the contrary, so maybe that's going to be my theory from now on. Tell me in the comments if you agree that something mysterious goes on at night after you close the door and leave the room. Okay, I think that's pretty darn cute. So let's finish this baby off and I can let you guys go. And you can look for boxes to rip up. Too fluorescent-y. Again, I've got all sorts of things here. Now, I have more of these raised ones. I could use this, I suppose. Maybe that would be a good thing to do. Do I want to put one of these underneath, though? They're virtually the same size, but if I offset it... Okay, let's cut this thing out. I think I just cut the tip off one of those leaves. What the heck? What the heck? Whoops. Oh, let me think. Let me think. I wanted to use this up too. So is that going to be overkill? Oh, I do have to put something on this side, on my little flapperuno. Most of it would get, okay, we'll do that. Let's lie this guy down so the glue starts flowing. And in the meantime, again, I'm using art glitter glue for speed, for the instant grab, and because of the, you know, the surfaces underneath that are a bit unpredictable sometimes. Now you can see I put a lot of glue on there, but that part is not wanting to hold because, of course, there is another layer in between. And that's why I've been relying quite a bit on the clamps. Now again, probably like you, I don't trust these the adhesive on any of this stuff. So I add more. I just found out from my daughter yesterday that Gertie will be coming to the farm again for the August long weekend, Heritage Day weekend here, because those guys are going to a music festival. So, she's sort of Hillary's sort of apologetic that she didn't ask sooner. And I say, well, that's, you know, it's going to be subject to, I guess I need this here. No, I was going to use the other glue. Do I want this? I could tuck it underneath there. Another little bit of interest. I said, well, that is going to be subject to, you know, a late booking fee. She texts back and says, how much? And I said, I think double. And okay, so what's 0 times double times 2? So we went back and forth a bit with that. Gertie is a very good dog. She's still recovering from her back surgery. So, you know, and her life will probably never quite be the same again. You know, there will never be another tug of war in her plan. You know, that kind of thing. Now, I'm assuming that this is going to be, yeah, I think I've been building this, assuming it's going to go on a page like that. So I want this writing to be right side up. Anyway, but the advantage, even though sometimes I don't think it's an advantage because I'm very focused. When I start crafting, hours pass, seasons change, the sun rises and sets, blah, 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 you know, the calendar pages flip by just like in the movies. And then I realize, is it any wonder your knees hurt? You need to stand up. You need to walk across the house. Now, I don't know why this is kind of discolored and lumpy, bumpy at the back here, but so having a dog that you need to walk out, take outside on a leash, because number one, she'd run away, and number two, you know, when you're on a farm, there are a lot of places to get lost. We certainly wouldn't want her to run onto the road, even though, you know, there's traffic only maybe every second day. Only every second day or so somebody will drive by. Maybe I'll use this one in this case. I believe it's going to stick if I use this oversized clothespin. Okay, while that is taking a moment to grab, let's take the clamps off this guy. Let's get rid of some of this stuff and show you what we have wrought here. Okay, I think I had this one like that, this one like that, and this one like that. So in addition to all the other pieces, now I've lost count, but I will put it in the title because I think that's kind of clever. I may just also do some eyelets before I take some photos for Instagram and Facebook and so on. By the way, let me make a declaration here. I am going to try harder in terms of Facebook. I think at some point I'll be starting a group as opposed to this business page that frankly is a pain in the butt for me since I didn't grow up with Facebook. I didn't, you know, when Facebook became a thing, I never joined. I always thought, no, I'm not doing that. Why do I care about what you ate for breakfast? Why would anyone care what I ate for breakfast? And, you know, that whole mindset. Which means that I am pretty limited in my skill set as far as that goes. And the meta business thing is just like insanity as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, that's a convoluted way of saying I'm going to be doing more stuff on Facebook. I hope that you choose to follow me. I don't know if you should do that now or if you should wait till I convert to a group or what. Who knows? If you know, tell me. Okay, I will just bring a few more things here just to gussy up my little work area. Anyway, I thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that this has proven to you that you can create a heck of a lot of stuff if you, number one, have a beautiful box that, you know, you've saved, maybe you're hoarding, and if you just power through and do it till it's all gone. Because I think that would have been my downfall in the past. You know, yeah, do something with a flap and then store the rest of the pieces, misplace the rest of the pieces, eventually find and restart using them. This way, do it all in one fell swoop. I do have a playlist, which frankly doesn't have that many videos in it, called Saving Time in the Studio. So I think this qualifies for that as well. So I hope you enjoy this. I enjoyed this. I hope that if you haven't already done so, you choose to subscribe because, of course, you know, you hit 1,000 subscribers and then the next goal is 1,100, 1,500, 2,000. So it's, you know, it never ends. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. See you in the next one.